at Stream Foundation. The Orioles scuffling a little bit up in New York as the Yankees have been putting on an offensive show, especially in the last 2 games in this series. And yeah, it was a weekend to forget in the Bronx for the Birds. Bottom of the 6th, Yankees already up 7-3. Aaron Judge adds on to the lead. This 496-foot shot. You kidding me? Guy's 286-7. He is a beast. For real. In the 7th, all rise. Judge completes the scoring with his 2nd homer in as many innings. Yankees throttle the Birds 14-3 to sweep the weekend series. Washington Mystics picked up one of the best players on the planet this offseason in Elena Delle Donne, and it is paying dividends early. Mystics off to a 6-3 start heading into today's game with Indiana. That's 2nd best in the league. The Fever and the Mystics going at it downtown. Good start for the Mystics and Crystal Thomas. First year with the Mystics. Down low, 2 of her 14 points. She had 14 boards as well. 5-2 early lead for the Mystics. And late in the first, there's Delle Donne with the steal and the layup. 2 of her 25 points. Mystics up 12-6. Then the second half, Mystics in complete control of this one. Check out the move from Ivory Latta with the runner. Mystics led 68-47. Will go on to win easily 88-70. Now the talk after the game was the play of Crystal Thomas down low with the double-double.
She was handling business tonight. I'm so proud of her. I think it's because her birthday was like yesterday, so she just wanted to celebrate with that double-double. But, I mean, she's been playing great for us.
We'll take where we're at right now, but we've got a lot of room to improve and get better. But when we're firing on all cylinders, we're a tough team to beat. We got a lot of weapons, a lot of depth.
Coming up here on Game On Overtime, could he be the king of clay once again? The amazing run from Rafael Nadal at the French Open comes to a close. And oh yes, I know you're clamoring for it. We've got an update on Kirk Cousins and the much-discussed contract talks for the Redskins QB. Maybe, just maybe, some light at the end of the tunnel. And a big test for United States men's soccer at Mexico, a place they have never won in a World Cup qualifier. Could they do it tonight? Riveting stuff. We got it for you as Game On Overtime rolls on. Welcome back to Game On Overtime. United States soccer with a big World Cup qualifier at a place they have never won in Mexico. They've never won in Mexico in a qualifier, I repeat. Now, a tie would actually be an upset. We love ties. Love them. Bruce Arena, former DC United head man, and the United States looking for a rare win in Mexico. Azteca, they would get a dream start. Look at this, 6-minute. Michael Bradley, after the turnover and the beautiful boot, scores from distance, 1-0 United States. So 17 minutes later, though, El Tri answers. Brad Guzan gets beat. as DeMarcus Beasley, still playing for the United States, gets beat as well, and we're tied at a goal apiece in the first half. 74th minute, still tied. Bradley again tries to give the red, white, and blue the lead, but he finds the outside of the post. USA gets a rare point, a tie, so yeah, it's an upset of sorts at Mexico. Final again, 1-1.
Tactically, the game went the way we expected and the way we wanted. But look, anytime you can get a point here, it's great. The mentality and the commitment from every guy was really, really good. And now we keep moving ourselves forward.
They do not come along too often, and when they do, we take notice. Next big thing in women's soccer is Mallory Pugh, and she plays right here in D.C.
Inside press, looking across, and there's a goal. That's Pugh, her first international goal.
Remember her name because this kid can play.
Mallory Pugh is a rising soccer star for the Washington Spirit. Some experts consider her a generational player.
To say that she's the #1 prospect in the country is understating how talented she is. She was named the Gatorade National Player of the Year. 1999 World Cup team member Brandi Chastain surprised her with the trophy.
Still a sensation, 19-year-old Mallory Pugh is a rare phenomenon, skipping college and going straight from high school to professional soccer.
This is a historical, monumental moment for the women's game, and we're really excited for Mallory. We're excited for our club, and we're excited for our league.
Go! I think I'm fitting in pretty well. I mean, the girls have been super welcoming, and it feels like I've been on this team for a while, even though I haven't. And I think it's just the chemistry of the team and the players.
It's been seamless for her because her gifts and her talents are such a good match to the way our team is constructed. But she's got that mix of technique and speed. I think in all levels she's going to be ahead of where most players are.
Mallory's soccer talent is always on display, but she has a hidden talent that's not seen as much.
I think I can sing a lot of different types of music. Baby, lock them doors and turn the lights down low. Yo, 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 my name is Mal Pal.
Number 11, forward, Mallory Pugh.
Mallory got her first home start for the Spirit this past Saturday and capitalized, scoring in the second half and becoming the youngest goal scorer in NWSL history at 19.
It's cool, yeah, especially against this intense team and just like in this league. I mean, there's great players, and to be able to score in this league, I think it's super special.
She's just been impactful, as you can see. I mean, she put away a great chance.
On the field, I mean, she's had so much international experience, so it's just like she can just come here and do her thing, and it works. It's working.
Oh my God!
Experts predict Mallory to be the future face and voice. But Spirit fans are hoping to hear the sweet music of... All right, tennis now. We all thought Rafael Nadal was done, or at least I thought he was. We were wrong. The one-time king of clay was back and healthy and looking for his 10th French Open final championship victory against the 15 champ Stan Wawrinka. It's hard to believe. Number 10 for Nadal. Nicole Kidman was there with the trophy at Roland Garros. All Rafa in this one. He was unbelievable. Second set, Nadal's too strong for Stan. Nadal up 2-0, and on the cusp of history, we fast forward to the match point, and yeah, he goes down in a heap in celebration. The Spaniard would not be denied the French Open Championship, 10th of his career. Nadal is a whopping 79-2 at Roland Garros.
15 is an unbelievable thing for me, and 10 here, much more. So my motivation is still there. So I really want to keep competing for important things, and I'm gonna keep working hard to try to have more days like today.
Exactly. Keep playing. All right, coming up. Could we be closer to a long-term deal for this guy, quarterback Kirk Cousins? That story when Game On Overtime returns. Welcome back to Game On Overtime. The Redskins, they need some good news this summer because, boy, this winter and spring was not their finest hours. So maybe they try to head into training camp by signing quarterback Kirk Cousins to a long-term deal. Yeah, we're still talking about it. It's possible, especially after a report this week that talks between the two sides had improved and were more positive than ever. Who knows if that's actually the case, but the mid-July deadline looms. If a contract is not done, Cousins will be franchise tagged amazingly for the second straight year.
I was just alerted to the report. I don't have a reaction. I'm not in the negotiations, unfortunately. No, I think I'm going to let everybody handle that. You know, I think Bruce Eric Schaefer will do a fine job, and obviously Kirk Sagan will do his work, and hopefully something gets done.
He's a good quarterback. I mean, he has the two best seasons that any Redskin quarterback's ever had. So, I mean, if he gets that contract he's looking for, more power to him. I hope he shares it.
Another round of OTAs wrapping up this past week in Ashburn. Voluntary workouts saw most of the team out there, minus a few Pro Bowlers and Trent Williams and Jordan Reed. Teammates, though, will tell you it's not a big deal.
If you're in a new system, you got new coaches. Let me take this out.
I'll hold it for you. Want me to hold it?
Go grill.
I'll hold it for you. Want me to hold it for
You want it?
Yeah.
So if I mean, it's a new system with new coaches, you know, getting around the guys, learning a new coach system. It is important for younger guys, especially, to come out here, especially the rookies, to get to work, see what it's like to work as a professional, as a pro.
All right, Danny Rouillet, 106.7 The Fan rejoins me, and you guys talk ad nauseum about Kirk Cousins, but it is still a fascinating story when it gets down to the brass tacks. Still no long-term deal. This week, the report comes out, courtesy of the mothership of ESPN, saying the talks have turned positive. What do you think?
Well, the fact that there are talks, I suppose, is positive. Because remember, going from was at the combine, there was one offer that was extended, and the Cousins camp didn't even counter because it wasn't even close. It was like, if I offered you $5 for that suit, and you go, that's not even close, so we're not even talking anymore. The fact is that there are conversations. Deadlines drive the deal. I don't expect anything before the midnight hour. July 14th, the day before this thing has to be done, if anything is going to get done. It really comes down to this. Do the Redskins want to pay the market that they created? A lot of fans don't want them to do that. A lot of fans do. It really is about what the Redskins think is the most fiscally solvent thing for them to do. Continue to pay someone they don't want to pay, or pony up the dough for the market that they created.
What do you think ultimately happens? I mean, I just don't think they'll get a long-term deal done. This will be another franchise tag year for Kirk Cousins, and here we go again at the same time next year. What do you think?
Whatever you just said, rewind, play it back for me. I think he ends up playing on the franchise tag for the second straight year. No precedent for this, by the way. We're in uncharted territory. There's no, hey, this guy did this one time. No one's ever done this before. I don't know what to expect. It's confusing, it's baffling, and yet here we are. There are now these kind of casual talks about, well, maybe next year, the transition tag. You mean the $28 million one? That's not fiscally solvent either. You'll pay someone in the mid-70s, someone you don't really want to pay. It's very confusing to me. Real quick,
Big deal or not that Trent Williams, Jordan Reed, not at OTAs. They missed all 10 of them.
Listen, if the Redskins go 9-7 and miss out on the playoffs by a game, it won't be because these guys weren't at OTAs in May and early June and stuff. But I think it is a big deal. I think you're about establishing a culture. Look at New England. Look at the teams that always seem to do well here. I want my leaders who don't need this work at this point. These guys are studs. They're Pro Bowlers. They're all-stars. They're terrific players. I want my leaders, the guys that I've committed to, that I've paid long-term, by the way, that are homegrown, to set the tone and set the example. If there's an opportunity to be there with your teammates, be there with your teammates. Again, it's not a cardinal sin. I'm not running roughshod and screaming and yelling and getting mad at people. The type of thing where I wish they wanted to be there is all.
At Funny Danny on Twitter. Well said. Thank you, man, for your time as always.
Thank you, bud.
All right, people around these parts do not like the Pittsburgh Penguins, not one bit, but they were one win away from repeating as Stanley Cup champions. Game 6 at Smashville. Smashville. Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals. It was scoreless for the first 58 minutes, but with a little over a minute and a half remaining, Patrick Hornquist scores! Pens take a 1-zip lead with 95 ticks left. And then, under 30 seconds left, Pittsburgh puts the game away with the empty netter. The Penguins go back-to-back. Sometimes it's not luck. Sometimes it's skill, winning the series 4-2. I predicted the Cavaliers would win the NBA Finals in 7 games. Probably just out of spite and because how good Golden State was. That was my spite. My prediction looks dicey at best, but as it has been said, you can't spell miracle without CLE. Too bad the Cavaliers gave away Game 3, or we'd really have a series, but you can't live in the woulda, coulda, shoulda land. The reality is Golden State's up 3-1 and at home tomorrow night, and a chance for their second title in 3 years.
Past is the past. It's definitely fueled us, all year, just trying to, keep that hunger to get back to the stage. But we understand we're one win away from getting the job done, and we have a chance to write our own story this year.
We have to bring our best game every game against this team. Like I said before, they create so many different problems out on the floor. So much firepower that we always have to play great in order to win.
One more timeout, and we'll show you what's happening at FedEx Field next on Game On Overtime. Welcome back to Game On Overtime. Interesting event over the weekend at FedEx Field as they took the home of the Redskins and turned the field into a 9-hole golf course, part of a setup called Stadium Links. Yeah, it was a 9-hole course you could shoot at in different parts of the stadium. Coming up next, it's In Depth with Graham Bensinger and a big guest for Graham.
Hey Frank, this week we traveled to LA to spend the morning with Wayne Gretzky. The Great One shares what he misses most about hockey and opens up about his close relationship with his dad. Plus, why watching golf star and future son-in-law Dustin Johnson is so difficult.
You're pulling so badly and wanting somebody to win so desperately that your stomach hurts when you're watching.
All that's coming up next and In Depth right here on WUSA 9.
All right, that will do it for us here on Game On Overtime. Have yourself a great week. We will chat with you soon. Always follow us on Twitter as well at WUSA 9 Sports. Enjoy your week. Stay cool. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.